Hey guys, welcome back to Social Duck Productions. Today I'm gonna be giving my review on Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. And guys, holy shit, this was a good film. I don't know how to put it into words. It was like it was a good experience though. Seeing it and everything. I'm gonna go like more in depth on like specific things. Actually, hold on, I have notes. Also, I know it's a different camera setup. I got a new shelf, so so the camera's on the shelf now, which is I think it's a better angle. But I guess I'll just like jump right into it. And I'll probably put like I have like a bunch of different sections for this. So I'll probably put it in a like the timestamps for it in like a pinned comment or something. So yeah, sit back, relax, and prepare to listen to my dumbass talk about Star Wars for like a half hour. Hopefully it's not a half hour or whatever. Okay, so first section, like starting with like main characters. So obviously this is like the first film that Poe, Rey, and Finn were all like together for it. Since Poe and Rey didn't meet until the end of The Last Jedi. Just a quick note going into this. I enjoyed The Last Jedi. Just keep that in mind going into this. And so anyway, I just really enjoyed, like, they did a good job, like, having good chemistry with them since they were all, it's set, like, a year after. And, like, they feel like a genuine, like, group of friends. Like, they're not, like, and it was cool how they did it, like, just like, how they all each kind of have their own, like, roles in the friend group, so it was kind of cool. It was cool that they brought C-3PO, back for this, like, that he was actually, a good part of it, that he, like, that he actually he hasn't been getting a lot of attention, in the sequel trilogy, and then, of course, they showed that line in the trailer where he's like, I'm taking one last look at my friends, and everybody's like, what the hell? They're not his friends, so, like, it actually feels more warranted after watching the film, so that's good. Chewie, I'm really happy that they, with what they did with him. Like, he was still, like, kind of a supporting character, but, like, they did enough with him that was good. And then, of course, that, like, fake death scene that, like, oh, that was hard to watch. I was really scared for that. Finally, Kylo Ren. I'll touch more upon his, like, redemption and things at the end, but he was really cool in this. I like that he repaired his helmet. I mean, I really, really like the look of his helmet. I didn't hate the fact that he destroyed it in The Last Jedi. I wished he had kept it. But it's good that he brought it back for this film, even if it didn't have that much screen time. Plus it looks really badass with, like, the red lines and everything. And then, yeah, so that was the first section. So now moving on to the second section, which is, like, the new characters. I'm gonna be honest, they were one of the weakest parts of the film for me. It just felt kind of, like, unnecessary. Like, they weren't awful. They were just, like, unnecessary. And it just felt like J.J. Abrams, like, you already have to tie up, like, all of these plot lines within a 2.5-hour movie. So it's like, why would you bring in more things that you have to add into the story? So, like, for example, Zori Bliss. They're just like, oh, look, Poe has a girlfriend, or I mean an ex-girlfriend that he never mentioned. Let's just give her a good 4 minutes of screen time. What a necessary character. Same thing with Janna, the girl that Finn meets. They're just like, oh, you were a stormtrooper too. Cool. 4 minutes of screen time. Dio, the hairdryer droid, he was better than I was expecting. I didn't know he was actually going to talk. But I mean, you can tell he's really just in it just for merchandise, which, I mean, that's like the goal of like all Star Wars droids, but whatever. And like also General Pride, like the new general guy, um like he just felt like unnecessary. Like you don't have to add him into it. Like I know that they were kind of like, oh, we have to have somebody who's, more fearsome now that we've made Hux basically look like a little bitch. So they're like, oh, we gotta have somebody who's like really fearsome, but then let's like not have him do anything and just die at the end. I mean, yeah, he does end up doing. I mean, he does end up killing Hux, which I'll talk about later. But it's like, besides that, he doesn't really do anything. He's just like another officer that you're supposed to like, fear. And then one other thing, these aren't really characters, but I just wanted to like mention the Sith troopers. I just didn't like what they did with those. Because I thought that their designs were cool. Like when you first heard about, like when I first saw the designs, it was like, oh, cool. They're called Sith troopers, and it's like that's really interesting. So obviously, you go into the film hoping that they'll explain that, and they don't. They're just like, huh, they're red stormtroopers. Let's have them do the final fight instead of normal stormtroopers. That will make it very special. It's like, they're just normal stormtroopers that you call Sith troopers. Like, what was the point of that besides merchandising? Anyway, from here on out, those were like, that was like my main negatives until one last thing later. I just didn't really like the new characters. The action in this movie was really good. The Pasana chase, like where they're on the speeders and like the jet troopers come for them, that was really cool. I thought that they spoiled a lot more of that in the trailers than they did. I mean, they spoiled maybe half of it, but not like not as much as I thought that they did. Which, I mean, was a relief. The jet troopers themselves were really cool. Like those you get, like those I understand, and those made for a cool fight scene. Sith troopers are just stormtroopers except red. So like, I mean, there's probably something in the comic books about it, but like, I just wish that they explained the Sith troopers. But like the jet troopers make sense, and the jet troopers made like a really cool fight scene. And like with those little like speeders that would like flip up, that was badass. And then what else? All the Pasana scenes I really liked. Like the one that they showed in the trailer, with like Kylo's TIE fighter coming in and Rey like doing the flip over it. That was cool, even though it's pretty unbelievable that Kylo would, survive that. But yeah, they just had some like really cool scenes with that. And then the multiple lightsaber duels with Kylo Ren and Rey. I really, really enjoyed the one on the Death Star, but the one with the where they're like switching between the two locations, that was like expertly shot. That was awesome. Where you just like where it would show one scene and then another, and then when they like smash into the thing and Darth Vader's helmet comes through, like that was so cool that they kept switching. And then the one on the Death Star, that was really cool. Like I thought that they were showing more of that in it than they did. That was another one where I thought that they showed most of it in the trailers, and there was actually a lot more that they didn't show than I thought. So that was cool. And then guy just gets like freaking stabbed, which I wasn't expecting that at all. So that was really cool though. Like the whole scene in general. Nice callback to like Force Awakens, everything. And then the final battle with Palpatine. That was really cool for the most part. I really liked when he actually shot the Sith lightning, and I liked that they actually used like the Kylo Ren and Rey like they used the force link that they have to their ability to like shift the lightsaber. That was badass. And yeah, it was just cool. They had some good choreography and things. And then reveals. So this is the next section. This is basically me like how I thought about like all the reveals that they had. Because they gave a lot of answers in this film. So Palpatine, just like the fact that they brought him back, I don't know how I feel about them bringing him back. I know that there's a lot of people that really, really hate it because it like undermines Vader's sacrifice. And I mean, I can see where they're coming from. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm okay with it. I I know that also George Lucas always intended for him to stay dead always. So I'm not. So that's another reason why people are hating on it. Again, I don't love that they brought it back, and I don't really hate it either. I'm okay with it. And then speaking of Palpatine with Rey's heritage, that's another thing where I don't love it. I don't hate it. It was good. I mean, it was like. I mean, that was one of the main theories I think going that everybody had back when The Force Awakens came out. So, it was fine. And it provided for some like interesting things later, which was good. More reveals. The fact that Leia had a lightsaber, and with that whole like, sorry, I'm ripping paper off this notebook. Anyway, the fact that Leia had a lightsaber, that was badass. In that whole flashback scene, Ghost Luke. Holy shit. Luke. Like the fact that he catches the lightsaber when she's throwing it in to the burning tide, that was awesome. And it was also basically just a giant FU to Rian Johnson, which I enjoyed The Last Jedi, but I thought it was kind of funny that they did that. But it also makes like narrative sense too. Because after Luke projects himself over to Crate in The Last Jedi, you can see that he's had like a change of heart. So it's not just like, I'm gonna make Luke change his personality because I don't like Rian Johnson. Like JJ didn't do that. It was like it actually makes sense for the character. And just like the fact that he was talking, it was just like, it was such a cool scene. Just seeing Luke again for like one last time. It was good. Oh, and then Han. Seeing Han again, even if it was just a memory. I originally thought it was a Force ghost. I would have been pissed if it was a Force ghost. But the fact that it's just a memory, it was just cool to see Harrison Ford again in the role. And then when like Kylo like throws the lightsaber, that was so cool. Like how it like expertly echoes The Force Awakens with the. It was awesome. How they and then moving on with Leia, the fact that she dies right when Kylo is stabbed. I mean, I kind of knew that she was gonna pass away. I mean, I feel like everybody kind of figured going into it that she wasn't gonna make it out. But it was, I mean, at least she was in it, and the CGI on her was like really good. They didn't mess it up or anything. And like I know that they also used like lines. I also think that they like replicated. They took a deleted scene from The Force Awakens and they used it for her when she says like, don't underestimate a droid. So that was cool. And yeah, the CGI is just flawless on her. And then finally the last, reveal thing they have is the Hux twist. I thought that was really cool. It makes sense for him too. It's not just another thing where they're just like, oh, I'm gonna pull it out of my ass. That Hux is the spy. It makes sense with his hatred for Kylo Ren that would happen. So, and then the fact that like he just gets like shot by the new Pride guy and his like body like slides across the floor. Some last things. The ending was beautiful, guys. This, like, oh my god, I love the ending to this movie with Rey dying after finally killing Palpatine, and then Kylo comes over and saves her, like, you know, with the whole thing. I was opposed to Reylo before this, but I think it makes sense. Like, it's more justified in the case of this movie, than, like, it's more justified in the sense of this movie. I'm not, like, fully on board, but I'm not, you know, fully against it like I was, before, and it was a nice moment. And then, just when, like, Kylo dies, right when, Leia dies and the thing, that was cool. This chair's being annoying as hell again. The fact that they gave Chewie the medal that he never got in A New Hope, that was awesome. And then with Rey, oh my god, going back to Tatooine, and, like, the whole Rey Skywalker thing, that, oh my god. Oh my fucking god, guys. And then the fact that she has a new lightsaber, I hope that they do something with her in the future. I don't care if it's like a Disney Plus series. I want to see that lightsaber in action. And then when she looks over and it's like Ghost Luke and Leia, it was just, oh my god. And then how it just, like, ends right with the two sons, like, just, like, expertly paralleling Luke. Oh my god. It was amazing, guys. And then, seeing Endor again was cool as well. And then some other, last minute things I wanted to say. Visuals were amazing. I mean, that visuals and music, both amazing. Both things that you can usually count on, are always going to be amazing in a Star Wars movie. And then, I already mentioned how, like, JJ kind of, you know, he kind of did some things that, not exactly retcon, but, like, mentioned things from The Last Jedi, with Luke, but also, I like how they mentioned the Holdo maneuver. They actually, like, gave an explanation for that. I didn't know that they'd actually call it the Holdo maneuver, like, in-universe, but, that was cool that they did that. And then, the only last thing that I wanted to say was that, like, in this other section, the film was kind of fast-paced, which is why it took a while for me to process it, because it's just, like, moving, like, so fast, like, throughout everything. It's just, like, planet to planet to planet to planet, and I didn't really mind it. I can just see how other people might, because it doesn't really seem like it lets you catch your breath, which, you know, it makes sense. They can't have any, like, they have to use all that time that they can, because The Last Jedi, like, even though I like it, it didn't really move things forward that much. Like, it got rid of the Resistance, and it, like, developed Kylo Ren and Rey's bond, but, like, as far as, like, JJ's ideas, it didn't really move things forward that way, which is why JJ really had to use, like, everything in this film to go. So I didn't really mind that it was fast-paced. I'm just saying that other people might. Just to finish, I hate to finish on a low note, because keep in mind during what I'm about to say that I really, really did enjoy this film. It's just, there was one thing that really, really did bug me, and so and I thought it would work best at the end, so that's what I'm gonna go into now. Just keep in mind, this is a relatively small thing. I did like the film. It's just something that I was personally disappointed with. And that was the Knights of Ren. And it pisses me off so bad what they did here. Because that was one of the things I was most looking forward to going into this film, was the Knights of Ren. Because, here, look, I was even, like, trying to collect, that's free. Sorry, this camera's more far away than I'm used to, but I was even starting to, like, trying to get them on the Funko Pops, because they look so cool. They're awesome. And yet, they feel like an afterthought in this movie. They really do. And, like, I get it that it's a 2.5-hour movie, you have to use everything, you have to tie up all the plot points. I get that. It's just, everything was so half-assed. And what really, like, pisses me off about it, too, is that rumors say that, you know the Praetorian Guard fight scene, in, The Last Jedi, with the throne room? Rumors say that that was initially supposed to be the Knights of Ren, which would have been fucking awesome. It would have been awesome. Amazing. I would have loved that so much. But JJ stepped in and was like, no, I have plans for them. You can't kill them. And so let's just like go through everything that they fucking do in this movie, okay? They stand behind Kylo when he's fixing his helmet. They walk behind Kylo in a hallway. They stand on a rock on Pisana. They just like stand by when Chewie's getting kidnapped. They walk around on that one planet that they meet Zori Bliss on. And then they all fucking die in a 20-second shittily lit fight scene where Kylo doesn't even fucking struggle. It's literally just, stab, force push off a fucking cliff. And there you go. They're just dead. Like, really? Really? Like, I can just imagine that thing between, like, JJ and Ryan just like, so, yeah, I'm gonna make this, like, really cool fight scene, with all the Knights of Ren, and it's gonna be really, really badass. No, Ryan, no, you can't do that. I still have plans for them. Oh, really? What plans are those? I'm gonna make them walk down a hallway. So much fucking cooler. Oh, yeah, dude, that's so much fucking cooler. I was just gonna have them all go out in a super awesome way in, like, a fiery throne room, facing off against Rey and Kylo Ren at the same time, but your idea is so much better. Oh my god. It pisses me off. And now they're dead. Now they're dead. So they can't fucking do anything. And, like, if they either hadn't killed them, or they had actually gone out in a cool way, I would have been fine. Because they could have, at least if they went out in a cool way, they could have had, like, been the antagonists in, like, a Disney Plus series, and they wouldn't have been looked upon as a joke. But now I'm just gonna look at them and be like, oh, wow, those ones are the ones who got taken out like a fucking bitch by Kylo, like, who's literally putting zero fucking effort into it, and they just all die within 10 seconds. Why? And I actually follow, I was following the guys that played them on, social media. So the one that played this guy, somebody pointed out how the Knights of Ren didn't really do anything in the film, and the guy actually said that in the original cut, there were 3 times more fight scenes with the Knights of Ren. It's like, really, you guys couldn't extend the film by, like, 5 minutes to actually make them fleshed out characters? Really? I don't know why I care so much. It's just, that was one thing that I was really looking forward to going into it, and it just really disappointed me. I wish that they just did more, that's all. But, yeah, okay. Rant over. Again, man, now it's kind of awkward going back to the positive stuff, because, keep in mind, that's a small thing. I know it sounded like I was, like, really hating on that, and I am really hating on that aspect of it, but really it's only that, the Knights of Ren, and the new characters are the only real negatives to it, and the new characters weren't even that bad. It was just, they were just unnecessary in my opinion. So, besides that, I mean, does it have some issues? Yeah. Do I think it could have benefited from an extra 10-20 minutes of runtime? Yes. But overall, it's like, it's a really damn good film, and it's a really damn good Star Wars film, and I think it's a really damn good way to finish off the trilogy, and the saga in general. So, I would say if you're a Star Wars fan, go see it. If you like The Last Jedi, go see it. If you didn't like The Last Jedi, go see it. Because, I mean, a lot of people didn't like The Last Jedi because there weren't any answers, so of course you want to go to see the answers. So, again, I did really enjoy this film. There were just some things that really did kind of piss me off, but anyway, that's all. Thank you for watching me talk about Star Wars for about a half hour. Discord, Twitter, and Instagram links will be in the description. If you care to follow me there, or anyway, you could consider subscribing if you want. I don't know. Yeah, thank you for watching. Okay, bye.